Hi guys, Coronados here, and to say the least, this is your freaking gameplay for the day. Let's just say Elsword's been kind of a pain in the ass lately, for many reasons. Of course, you guys know about my rant if you watched my other video about, like PvP and rankings and shit. Well, this video is kind of like that. A little bit of Elsword gameplay, a whole lot of Elsword ranting. Where to begin with this one? Well, how about I start with trying to sell this Celestial Master Cannon I have here. Yeah. Yesterday I was trying to sell this thing, and I'll show you guys right here. Yeah, I was trying to sell this thing, beautiful cannon, very nice cannon. And I had players coming up to me saying that it was like $1 billion ED and under, when I know damn well what the price is on any IB weapon. Save for like Lucille and crap, but still, I mean, there are like certain characters, yeah, they're popular, their prices are going to be sky high, and certain characters like Chung that are going to even out at about 2 billion, 1.5 to 2 billion, a little more. And then there are characters like Lucille, which nobody wants to spend the ED on, the money on, and their weapon prices are going to go down. Plus you need like 2 ice burner sets for them anyway. Now, my only question is, who the hell died and made these noobs, or these Fiat players, or whatever you want to call them, they're like different groups and stuff, who died and made them in charge of how much something is? Like, no. You freaking noobs, you Viet players, whatever, you guys don't get to decide the freaking prices. Prices, oh my god. Prices on IB stuff, like, need to have some kind of level to it. It can't just be whatever the hell you're willing to pay. It's all based on, like, supply and demand. And besides, I'm like one of the reasons there's a whole bunch of CM cannons floating around. I've pulled 5 myself, and I'm trying to sell the 5th one I've pulled. Now, granted, I've pulled in total 19 ice burner weapons, most of them cannons. But I've also pulled a pendulum or 2, a drone or 2, and a couple of spears. But that's neither here nor there. Fact is, I've done it myself. I'm the reason that 19 ice burner weapons are floating around, if they're still floating around, which I don't know what the hell they're doing. But still, who the hell died and decided to make the noobs and Viet players and all that in charge of how much something is? Nobody. It's all on the player base, and a lot of people want IB things. That's why the prices are so high in terms of ED, in-game money. In-game money you could actually earn by doing dungeons and shit. Like, yeah, you can actually earn enough money to buy this cannon, which I'm selling at 1.5 bill, which is about 2 bill and up. I sell on the low end. And I'm the reason quite a few of them is floating around, but at the same time, you can actually earn the ED to get this. Like, dead serious. It's not $1.5 billion, it's not $2 billion, it's 1.5 to 2 billion ED. 1.5 billion ED, 2 billion ED. The max you can hold is 2 billion ED. If, like, it's one thing that really pisses me off about other players. Like, okay, I'm gonna restart this room here, because shit ain't going off the way I want it to. So sell CM cannon 1.5 billion ED. Let's see if that does it. Okay, that actually worked. I'm able to put ED right after the 1.5 bill. And that's my price, you know. That's the way I do it. I try to go to the low end of it so that more and more players could actually afford it. But then there are players out there that just want to say, no, it's this price, or it's this price, or it's this price. Like, you get so many different price lines within a single day, it's not even funny. If anything, I'm just going to say it right now, this is kind of going to something that I think KOG needs to do. What KOG needs to do with Iceburner stuff, they actually should be the ones to determine the actual ED prices on stuff like an IB weapon or an IB costume piece, and that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree if you think I'm wrong, but from a reasonable standpoint, okay, from standpoint of, okay, it makes sense, it's more or less, okay, KOG is the ones that release these at certain times, okay? Yeah, we get an Iceburner worth like $1 to burn for this, but as hard as it is to burn for something like an Iceburner weapon or an Iceburner piece, which for some of us it's not very hard at all, but for those of us who it is hard for, we want to get our in-game money's worth out of it, you know. We really do, and we want to do that. That way, we're not falling behind. Now, with that said, where KOG can step in, they can say, okay, this is the actual price guide on these things. This is how good this set is. This is how good this set is not. These are the prices that we have figured up that should be for each Iceburner weapon, accessory, costume piece, whatnot. This is what you should price your stuff around. A guideline, basically. I'm not saying, oh, this is the actual price. No. Give us some kind of guideline. I mean, it would help us a lot, and it would help counteract these noobs and these other players that want to try to lowball us when we're trying to sell this stuff to other players, you know. It would really, really help a lot. And then we can say, yeah, this is actually the price, or around what the price is. This is what KOG has handed us as kind of a price guide. Go look it up sometime. But I can understand why KOG is not going to do it as well, because players set the prices. But with players setting the prices, it leaves the door open for those noobs and those players, those Viet players or whatnot, to come in and say, no, this is the actual price that I just found out. Da, 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 da. No. Players actually set the price, and I can see that as well. I'm just saying that KOG, if you can give us like a price guide or something on all of this, it would really help to combat the argument of like players saying, oh, this is the actual price, it's not this anymore, it's gone down to this, you should sell it at this, or it's never going to sell. Bullshit, for one, because I've actually sold things when people have said, oh, it's this price, it's this much of a lower price. Like, no, I know the price of stuff because I've sold stuff at this price before. The same thing, really. But yeah, so that would help. But at the same time, what would also help is those players who are legitimate sellers in-game, who do understand how supply and demand works, like, and who do understand that not everybody is going to see it the same way. Not everybody is going to have, like, the availability to get Iceburners or any of that. That's just the way it is. But with that, it's like, okay, so not everybody has availability for it, so that's why we set the prices the way we do. Try to make availability a little more open and not make things as scarce. But either way, the supply is actually scarcer than you would think on just about anything. That's really all I got to say about it. I'm just going to go through some gameplay here now, and we're going to continue our little rant, you know. And I know that crapping myself. So, I'm actually going to just head to the guild base here and get transported. And we're going to try a little bit of solo gameplay. Dungeon to do. You know what? Let's see if there's anyone queuing up for Solus. Oh, we got 3. No, actually, no, not that. Oh, 3 queue. No, that's 1. Oh, wow. Nobody seems to be queuing up for dungeons right now. That's, cancel. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do a, I'm gonna do a Burnt Forest run then. Screw it. I'm gonna do it by myself. Let's see how this goes. But no, like, from a serious standpoint, from a very, very serious standpoint here, we have too many players just wanting to say that, no, this is the price, it's much lower than you think. And it really pisses me off, because it's like, okay, A, you actually don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what the real prices are. Just go to your little corner and sit down. Like, sit down, shut up, we don't care about you. Okay. Almost got blown up there. Pig! And that kills him. And that does that. Oh my god. What else is there? The players that, and this is like coming from the last one, but players that accuse others who have honestly won a match of hacking. Like, are you for real? Like, you really think a good player needs to hack or do this, that, or the other in order to win a match? No. We actually don't need it. It actually goes back to the rant about using titles because you need it to win. No, a good player does not need a title to win. All a good player needs is skill. That's all it comes down to. All a good player needs at all is a good amount of skill that can say, you know what, I can win. I'm provably better at this game than you are, and whatnot. Because I have been hearing things about players being salty, players saying this, that, or the other, that they're going to report another player because they're mad that they lost and they can't stand it. It's just ridiculous. You know, it really is just something so ridiculous. And players need to stop. You guys need to stop. Learn how to play Elsword or get the hell off. Seriously. Learn how to play your characters, because we tend to play what we're best at. And that's what we do. We play what we are best with. And if you can't handle losing to someone who is provably better than you, you don't need to be playing Elsword in the first place. Same thing that goes with prices. Like, if you don't know what the price of something is, don't try to assume you think you know what it is based on what you think the supply is and the demand is. People want IB stuff, so the price of it is going to go up because demand is going to go up all the time. New players enter the game, they want nice things, they want certain things. They may not have a friend to play with that can tell them, hey, this is good, this is not, this is about 10, this is about 8. Like, it's like with MTG cards, like, you can tell a good Ice Burner set regardless, okay? You really can. But some players just don't want to see it as, okay, like, we think we know what the best IB set is because someone told us. Like, no, look at it you damn self, and you can tell what a good set is and what's not if you're not a dummy. Okay, I'm not a dummy. I know when there's a good set because I know how to look at set effects and whatnot. Okay. Some things are worth more than others, and some things just straight up aren't. And that's just a fact right there, you know. What's not worth is trying to say that, ooh, very nice, ooh, I got me some guns, and I'm gonna exit. But seriously, guys, get over it, get done with it, you know. Shut up if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shut up if you don't know what the prices are and whatnot, because if you don't know what the prices are, go ask someone who actually does, instead of just listening to your little freaking friends who want you to try to get it for cheaper. Yeah, the goal is to try to get it for cheaper, but when you're just trying to lowball, that's not getting it for cheaper, that's just cheap. That's wrong, that's cheap, that's ripping someone else off who's actually taken the time to actually go to the ice burners, burn through them to get the stuff to sell. That's what it is, okay? It goes against everything on that. Anyways, guys, I think that's about enough of this rant. That's, you got to see me play a dungeon. You got to see me do a lot of good stuff. I do apologize for any lag that has taken place during this video, through the course of this video. I cannot help that, recording with OBS, as I've said. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, if you agree or disagree, leave your comments down in the comment section below. Give this video a like. Do subscribe. Let's try to hit that golden like button right there, if we can. Let's try to get more subscribers in here. Right now we're up to 32. Let's try to get to 100 right now. Like, try to get to 100 before we get to 1,000. Once we get to 100, let's try to get to 1,000. But right now we're focusing on 100 subscribers. Let's try to get to that. And do hit that bell when you do subscribe, so you know the latest of my latest videos and when they're uploaded. Other than that, I'm Coronados. See you guys next time. Peace out. Man, that's really crazy.